YOLO, my fellow human beings, and welcome to episode 62 of The Best Blessed Life. I'm your best host, Kristen, and today's topic is, yes, we have no bananas and bread. Before we get started, I want to thank you all for watching. Please continue to watch, comment, share, like, subscribe, ring the bell, and please pass them on to anyone you think that they could help. With that being said, don't forget we have our year 2 challenges going on. Our positivity planner, which I'm going to go over with you in just a second. We have our movement, which I'm going to continue to go over with you. And then, of course, we have alone time, which kind of fits in with the other one. To explain the title, I have no explanation. It makes no sense. Needless to say, the things we're doing today, excuse me, the positive words from the week: banana bread, slow cooked, and basics and caring for yourself. So, yeah, that's what we're doing. Okay, our banana bread recipe. Woo! Knocking all kinds of bread over my stick. Okay, so our banana bread recipe is as follows. You know the asterisks mean I've changed it. So, 3 ripe bananas, 50 grams of butter melted. That's 3 tablespoons plus 2 teaspoons. 1 teaspoon of baking soda, a pinch of salt, which I think I did like a half a teaspoon. 1 teaspoon of cinnamon, a 1/3 cup coconut sugar. Remember, all the asterisks are substitutions that I'm going to tell you about in a minute. 2 eggs, 1 teaspoon of vanilla, a half a cup coconut flour, a half a cup of walnuts, which is one of my add-ins, and I'm going to discuss another add-in with you. According to this recipe, we're baking it at 350 in a loaf pan, lined with parchment paper. You know, the drill. I can't leave it the way it's supposed to be, so I'm slow cooking it. Never done that before. Remember, every recipe I do on here is the first time I'm ever doing it. I mean, believe me, I've made banana bread before, but I've never slow cooked it. Okay, so if you were cooking it in an oven in a loaf pan, you would preheat to 350, bake in the loaf pan, and bake for 45 to 55 minutes. I believe you only get 1 loaf from this recipe. So in a large bowl, mash bananas, melt butter. I gotta read my own handwriting. And mix with bananas. Stir in soda, salt, cinnamon, and sugar. And I've put those all in a bowl together. Then you're going to crack eggs and whisk into the mixture. Add flour and mix until incorporated. Okay, so first thing I learned, which I did not know before, and maybe that's why some of my things have not been cooking properly, is that you don't need as much coconut sugar as you would regular flour. And I don't know why. I've never paid attention to that, or I don't know if I don't remember reading that somewhere. Sorry, I guess it's my own. So I've probably been using too much coconut flour. I just run my hand right through there. Okay, so anyway, in here I have my juicy mashed bananas. And in adding to that, because you never can have too much bananas, I'm taking it another level, making it a little healthier. We're using our banana, spinach, zucchini, baby food. I'm wondering if I only need 1, but we'll see. Because I already did like 3 bananas, but they were kind of on the shorter side. This is going to make it probably a very funky color. Oh no, it's kind of brownish. Anyway. So yeah, I like to experiment with new ways to cook things. And I started this recipe without going over the positive words of the day with you. So once I get this in here, I'm going to take a quick break and read those off for you. And I have no implement with which to stir, and my melted coconut oil. So you know that's another substitution, is coconut oil. Try not to knock my signs over, but you know how that goes. I think they go over every week. Okay, so we'll get that all mixed together. And then let me go over the positivity planner. I got jumped in because I am so excited. I have not had banana bread in so long. Okay, our banana bread might be a little green. Are you excited about that? I don't know if I am or not. Okay, positive words from the week. Starting with Friday the 11th. It was Ikigai. I apologize if I'm pronouncing that incorrectly. It's Ikigai, and it's a Japanese concept. Literally translates to a reason for being, a reason to get up in the morning, to enjoy the meaning of life, passion, purpose, or something one lives for. My dog back there making all kinds of noise. Saturday the 12th is organized, having one's affairs in order so as to deal with them efficiently, arranged. The 13th is proactive, creating or controlling a situation by causing something to happen rather than responding to it after it has happened, enterprising. The 14th is meraki, which is a modern Greek word meaning to do something with soul, creativity, or love, to leave a piece and essence of yourself in your work. The 15th was meditation, to engage in contemplation or reflection, mental exercise for the purpose of reaching a heightened spiritual awareness. Wednesday, the 16th, was learn, gain, or acquire knowledge of or skill in something by study, experience, or being taught. Yeah, that was a doozy. And then master. And then the last one, which is today, the 17th. Happy birthday to my brother-in-law. Understanding, which is sympathetically aware of other people's feelings, tolerant and forgiving, compassionate. All right. So, back to the recipe. Sorry about that. I didn't mean to just the old positive words there. I'm not even going to show you the color of this because I think you might be a little disturbed by the whole thing. Okay, and then I'm adding walnuts. And then, the asterisk for the butter was the coconut oil, obviously. And I want to make sure, I might need to remelt this. I just want to make sure none of it gets left in the bowl like I think happened last time I had to melt coconut oil. So coconut oil instead of butter. And I'm really going to try and get in there. See, because the solids are at the bottom of this bowl here. So I want to make sure I get it all incorporated. I think I got most of it. All right, we're stirring that up. Oh yeah, she's looking. I don't know, I'm a little nervous. I always get a little nervous though. Okay. All right, it smells amazing. I think I'm just not going to add that other baby food just because I don't want it to turn my banana bread even greener. Okay. I have my potato masher here. I think I want to do that for a second just to get the baby food and the bananas as one cohesive unit, so to speak. This is what I use to mash my bananas. And if I'm making potato salad, I mash my eggs. And I like my potato masher because it mashes it in squares, so it leaves a little bit of a chunk, which I like. Okay. All right. Okay. Got that. Got those two things done. Now we're going to stir in our, what did they say? Soda, salt, cinnamon, and sugar. All right, so first off, I don't know, these bananas are so ripe. I'm just like thinking they don't need much sugar, but. So here's our dry seasonings, salt, cinnamon, and soda. And I'm going to try and kind of mix them together because I don't want it to just be clumped in one area. Oh, that smells so good. Cinnamon is the best. And they said cinnamon was optional, but I don't think so. It is never optional. Trust me on this one. This might be the ugliest banana bread you've ever seen. But it also might taste the best, so there you go. I think the cinnamon is helping us bring it to the brown side again. Okay. Alright, then we do the eggs, which you know I always substitute with Greek yogurt. And it's a 1/4 cup per egg. So this is a 1/2 cup of Greek yogurt. And you gotta get a little bit of the yogurt liquor, I like to call it. I don't know if that's the actual name for it. Even all kinds of goodies. Okay. So stack those. Okay. So we're mixing those all up. Okay. Oh, I think I was supposed to whisk at this point. So let me, whisk into mixture. Okay. I'm gonna go over the other stuff as soon as I figure out kind of what I want to talk about. Well, first off, if you've been following me on Instagram, The Best Blessed Life, or on Facebook at Kristen Haas, KristinHass, you can look at my stories and see that I post the positive word of the day, hopefully every day. I know I missed a couple, but that's okay. I've assigned them words, so. And I post daily about my walk because I've energized my love of all things exercise, and that I have been feeling a little under the weather, not myself, the fibro kicks in, all the usual suspects. But I said I'm not letting something I don't like or likes to hide in my body but doesn't like to explain itself. I don't like to give it the time of day really, but a lot of times it needs attention. So taking care of myself and walking are kind of simultaneous. Okay, so I whisked the eggs. So now we're going to add what am I missing? It never tells me to add the vanilla. When do I do that? Probably with the other stuff. So I'm going to do the vanilla now. Okay, that was a teaspoon, if you recall. Okay. Oh. And I forgot to put in the sugar. I'm just all over the place. I don't think there's a real, scare that it's going to not set right or something. And I'm using maple syrup as my sugar. Because it just smells amazing. I'm not quite sure I want to use, it's 1/3 cup, but I'm not quite sure I want to use that much. So I'm going to start out with half, and I'm going to taste it, I think. Because my bananas were really super caramelized. So they are pretty sweet in and of themselves. You know that. Everybody knows that about bananas. Alright, it's coming back around to the normal color. I mean, it's tan, not brown, but let me taste a little bit. No, it falls a little flat. It could use a little more, but not much. A couple more drizzles. It's weird how the bananas take on this other kind of... And my bananas are very frozen. I actually tried to melt them a couple times in the microwave. So I have little chunks of frozen banana in here, which I think are going to work for my advantage. But I'm thinking there might not be enough salt in here either. No, that's fine. Salt's fine. Yeah, it definitely needs more. All right, I'm just trying to not be chintzy because it's not for me. I'm not going to say who it's for today. I just want them to be surprised when they get it. So. It will be mailed off. And I'll keep you posted about the other dessert I made, or finished off last week. Okay, so let's see if it's sweet enough. That's all I'm concerned about. I think I'm good. Okay, so now we're gonna add the flour. It doesn't really say, like, if I'm supposed to whisk or what. So I think I'm going to get rid of the whisk now. Let me make sure I got all the goodies off there. Okay, I'm going to put that back in. I'm going to get rid of all this to get it out of our way. Hopefully we won't need it again. Because you know I always put stuff over here and then I need it again. Okay. Alright, so let's put in our flour. This is a 1/2 cup of coconut flour, which I've found so far is my favorite. I have just issues with the nut flours because of my allergy to peanuts and them usually made in a factory. With peanuts, even if it's not a peanut that they are, or because I've never seen peanut flour. I call this more of a powder, really. It's just like dust, like super fine. And not so fluffy. It's more of a granulated type of thing. But it lends a good flavor. I really love the toastiness of it. And I think it's going to give us a really nice, flavorful banana bread, hopefully. Again, we're not using anything. You know what? I kind of want to mix. See, I told you I was going to need something. I put over here. What was I going to say? Gosh darn it. Just because of the toastiness of the coconut flour, usually. Now, they said to use coconut sugar for the sugar, and we use maple syrup, so I added a little bit of actual, I don't know if they have similar calorie profiles, but maple syrup is from a tree, coconut sugar is from a coconut. You decide, they're both from trees, so let me just see if I can get some of this really blended together. Because I got some add-ins I want to incorporate. That weren't called for in her recipe, and I apologize. I will hopefully remember to put the name of the person's recipe, because I wrote it down, but I forgot to bring my tablet up. It actually has a very nice color. Let's see what it tastes like. Banana bread. I love banana bread. Okay. I do. I love it. I love it a lot. Okay. These are walnuts that I can actually have, so, but I'm going to try to take the smallest amount. I crushed them, I chopped them, I guess, was what you would say. I'm looking at them now, I'm not sure I'm happy with how small I got them, because I don't want super big chunks. Alright, so caring for myself, doing these walks, I've started to lightly jog, and it was going well. I was having a really great day, and then later on the day I was starting to feel a little like residual pull on the back of my right knee, and so I said to myself, give yourself a quick break. But then I also know that going back at the exercise has helped me in the past as well, like not doing full force, not doing the jogging aspect of it Nothing crazy, was just walking. It was still feeling that pulse, so I'm like, no, this ain't right. I need to stop. I wasn't disappointed in myself. I was a little upset that I pushed myself so far, and I didn't really push myself the next day, but going out there when I probably should have let it rest. The thing was, it wasn't like a pain. I don't know. I don't know how to describe it. I should have listened to my body better. So this is what I'm telling you. And why these walks are so important for me. Because of these little chats I have with myself along the way. Ooh, it is loaded for bear with walnuts, people. I think we're going to love this. Yeah, it probably wasn't the greatest move I've ever made in my life. And keeping in mind that I am just getting back to, shapes of where I was. I'm just trying to solidify the sugar aspect, because I don't want to overdo it, but I don't want to screw us either. Gotta have a little. That's so good. All right, and then the last little add-in I'm gonna do is I don't know if you guys have ever seen these before. I'm actually gonna put the lid back on this and put it back in the fridge. And put these in the sink. They're called cinnamon chips. They're made by Hershey. Well, no matter how I put it. Anyway, I thought one of the recipes I had looked at called for chocolate chips, and I don't know. I don't like chocolate in my banana bread. Maybe that makes me weird, but I wouldn't mind some cinnamon chips, and this is what they look like. Oh, these smell so good. Okay, so I don't have a measure. I'm just gonna do, I don't know, a handful. That should be plenty, because it's not a big banana bread by any means. Okay, so yes, I should have listened to my body. I didn't. I was mad at myself. I wasn't mad at the setback. I was just mad that I didn't listen to my body when it told me to, stay home the next day. So the one day, the light jogging, I got like 12,000 steps, which is right around getting closer to back on track, but obviously not a 5K. But anyway. So yesterday, I went out again. Yes. Even though I told myself I should have rested, my leg was, I don't know if the little bit of babying I did was plenty, but it was feeling back to normal, or somewhat back to normal. I had a couple twinges, and I didn't go all out. And what I did yesterday to adapt to my new, I don't know what you wanted to call it, soreness or injury. It wasn't, I don't know. Pull. Anyway, I separated my workout into two parts. I did about 7,000 steps in the morning, and then I did another, I think I ended up with over 10,000 again. So I did another almost 3,000 on the second walk. If you watched my post about that, the weather said it was 48 degrees, but when I went outside, it did not feel like 48 degrees. It was so cold. There was this wind, and I videotaped myself so you guys could hear the wind. So if you get a chance, it's from yesterday. All right, so this is what our bread looks like, guys. And it's going to go, this is parchment paper. I went both directions is what it said. I sprayed the bottom so the parchment paper would stay. I don't even know if this parchment paper thing is going to work. I feel like I don't have it in here correctly. But we will hope for the best. Come on, get in there. Alright, yeah. Come on. Oh, no. I think I got... Yeah. Just a little... Oh, it's not as much as I thought. Oh, thank goodness. I thought I got a big glob of it on the wrong side of the parchment paper. It's just a little glob of it. Okay, so... yeah, I feel like I didn't do this correctly. I feel like there might have been a better way to do it. I don't know. Here's what I like about using coconut oil, because when you melt it, I feel like it doesn't always melt all the way. So it gives you these little blobs of coconut oil in your baked good. Alright, I'm trying to spread it out so that it's all in there pretty evenly. And the recommended is on low for almost 4.5 hours. We shall see what happens. Okay, so it's in there. I know you can't really see it, but it's in there. She's gonna go, how long did that? 26 minutes! Woohoo! Wow! Alright, let me try it a little bit more. I gotta try them all. Oh my god. It's just like, you might as well be eating a banana. I'm just saying. Woo! Alright. So, in we go. We're gonna go, I'm sorry, I'm doing high, I think. Or was it low? God. Alright, I'm gonna put it on low. My settings for mine are low, or are 8 hours and 10 hours, kind of respectively. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna set my microwave timer for the 4 hours. I think it was like 4 hours and 20 minutes, but I think I can only do it an hour at a time. Let's see. So we'll check it, and I will check to make sure I have the recipe at the right. Okay. So, I went out yesterday, I split up my workout. I decided that, I don't know why I'm this. Sorry. I decided that there was this process that was happening when I went out for these walks that was helping me work through a lot of things and trying to get my creative juices flowing, so to speak. So I have been taking notes with my phone. If you guys have the Keep Notes app or some version of that memo, I believe is one option. And I open it up. I don't always have it ready for me to say anything, but what happens is I just touch the little microphone and I speak into my phone, and it keeps the notes. I know that sounds a little like everybody's going, duh, hello. But I found this kind of a moment where I was going, wow. I can keep track of stuff while I'm walking. Do you know what I mean? That. I guess I'm old school. I just feel like, I would get home from my walks when my kids were little, and I would walk 5 miles religiously, the same path every day. Boring. Anyway, that's what got me running anyway. And I would come home and I would write down things and in random notebooks just everywhere. So they're not even organized thoughts. They're just random, oh, this would be great if, or poems would come to mind, or things of that nature. So, when the smartphone came along, which I don't think is so smart, but anyway, and I found this option. Yeah, I was keeping grocery lists. I still keep grocery lists and show ideas and recipes and thoughts. posts that I wanted to put up and then chickened out of, those kinds of things, where I really spoke my mind but didn't really want to speak my mind. I just wanted to get things off my chest. And that is another reason that I speak into the phone, because a lot of times if I am angry or if I am passionate about something, I cannot write as fast as my brain thinks of the concept. So to be able to speak into my phone and write down thoughts or ideas or things I want to research, it's a game changer. And I know, like I said, it's this simple little app everybody probably has on their phone that they don't pay a lot of attention to, or maybe they do. Maybe all of their best kept secrets are in there. I have to say I have a good deal of good stuff on my phone, and yeah. So to take these walks and kind of put my thoughts either out there in the universe or at least on my phone. Some things I want notated and other things I don't, let's face it. But the physicality of getting outside and moving is such a game changer for my brain. It is such a therapy that I kind of forgot about. It was originally the reason why I started running. Well, why I started walking. And it helps you understand a little bit more about yourself. If you sit there and really think about what's going on with your whole system. I'm constantly adjusting. I'm noticing a good change in my hips, my posture. I'm not so like this anymore. I am taking the moment to make sure that my hip flexors are not doing this kind of thing to me, because that's initially what brings everything tipping over. Okay, tight hip flexors have played an essential role in a lot of parts of my life. I feel like they've always kind of been like, so I made, when I started walking and then running, made a conscious effort to kind of alleviate that pressure and pain from doing those kinds of, not normal stances for the human body. We're not made to be over like this. So stretching has helped me tremendously. Epsom salt baths are game changer. Game changer. I love a Village Naturals Therapy. That's the brand I always use. They have a fibromyalgia Epsom salt soak, as well as a body wash and a body oil wash type of thing. And then they also have a Peace and Quiet, which just smells amazing. And I just mix the two together and I make little concoctions. Game changer. Allows me to function daily. And also I find that if I find what works, I stick with it. My body adapts to these things, and I feel like I'm making myself better. I'm healing myself. I'm acknowledging when I'm in pain or when I'm not feeling well. And I stop and reevaluate, like, is this something that's going to need rest, or is this something that I can just baby for a little bit and I'll feel somewhat back to normal? I mean, these are all things that happen in life, and I don't want to miss any more. Health-wise, I don't want to miss any more, because I don't feel good, or we don't have to settle for how we feel right at this moment, especially if it doesn't feel good. So, I mean, why not fix it? We fix other things. We fix making sure we put emphasis on, how we're feeling and how we should be treating ourselves when we don't feel good. And not forcing ourselves to do things that don't feel good when we don't feel good. I mean, I decided I can at least make myself better from here. No matter what stage you're in, you can always make yourself better from where you are right now. Right now. So stretching, we've done the stretching. You can check back a few episodes and you'll be able to see some stretches. I think episode 24, I keep coming back to, has stretches in it. It's just basic stretches. I do stretches all the time. Yes, I'm saying stretches a bazillion times, but it is almost more important to me now at this stage in my health that I get more stretches than I actually get exercise. I will be adding, once I'm more comfortable with the way my body walks and moves during walking and running, adding weights, because weights do strengthen your bones, and let's face it, we all need that added protection. It's like putting a layer of Armor All on your tires. Think of it as Armor Alling your muscles, or your bones, sorry. Lubing them up. I don't know where it's going with that. Anyway. Okay. I think I covered a lot. Just remember, this alone time and movement kind of work in tandem. And it didn't start out that way, and when I made those challenges, that's not how they were intending to be, but they're working really well together. And to start out with the positivity planner every day, giving myself that focus of a new word. Oh, that's a couple other things. So in the last couple days, if you notice, I've been putting new goals on my positive word of the day, and I've picked things that I want to focus on to make myself better. So today was understanding. I do believe I'm a pretty understanding person, but I know I have my faults, and I know I can be judgmental. And my kids are the first ones to say, "Yo, Mom." And so I want to be more understanding. The other one was I want to meditate. And then I also, I can't remember. I want to be proactive. I want to be organized. Meraki, which means you want to leave your mark on the world. So that's what I want, my those are my goals. Those are my main things to focus on, because my kids are my role models right now, and if I'm not the same for them, something's wrong here. Something's definitely wrong here. All right. Well, I think that's it for now. I'll be back in 4 hours to show you the end results. Can you wait that long? I don't know if I can. All right. I'll see you back here. 4 hours. Actually, 3 hours and 48 minutes. Something of that nature. Somewhere in there. All right, bye. All right, so something I wanted to mention real quick before I forget, because when I come back in 4 hours, this is all going to be a blur. I was right. It is 4 hours on low, 4 hours and 25 minutes. So minus the 20 minutes, a little less than 20 minutes, but cooking so far. Anyway, 2, I haven't taken my walk yet today because I wanted to focus on the show, and then I will be posting what steps I got later, hopefully. It's pretty cold out there. And then, no excuses though, right? Except for injury, that's kind of, but I'm good. And then, thirdly, I wanted to mention that I've been wearing my watch, so I'm keeping better track of my steps, and I'm hoping you guys are too. All right. I'll be back in, I don't know. I'll be back. All right, guys, we're back. Mine didn't quite take 4 hours, and I would say it got a little burnt. It's weird. Some of the parts are discolored. I'm going to say those are the cinnamon chips. Smells good. It's very moist. I'm not really certain what these little yellow spots are. I'm going to say maybe coconut oil? Like, it didn't mix well enough. but I'm going to try it anyway. There's a bite. You can see how dark it is. The maple syrup could have something to do with it too. Doesn't taste burnt. Not at all. It's very moist. That's why it's sticking to the wrapper. You know, I think I will try this again. I don't know. Wow. You get in there a little further, and it's amazing. Really good. The walnuts are awesome. I would say the only thing is the actual parchment paper itself needs to be sprayed. I'm going to see if I can salvage any of it. Maybe cut it into like slices. Oh boy, is that good. Wow. All right. So a little bit, excuse me, a little bit of success, a little bit of failure. I liked it mine cooked faster than the 4 hours. And I think because I didn't have it on the lowest low, and it was to cook it low for 4 hours, so maybe I was supposed to have it on the lowest low, and I did not. But there's great flavor. I think I would choose all the stuff I chose to put in here this time, because the flavor is amazing. I might even include more cinnamon chips. And I'm wondering, like I said, if I would have sprayed it, because that really helps get it out of the crock pot itself. I'm going to keep eating it though. Wow. It is so, you know, the other thing is I used really ripe bananas. So they could have been so sugary that it kind of burns on pepper. Okay. So, while I was gone, I went on a walk. Okay? So I didn't just dilly-dally. And I have, let's see, to get my phone started, because I can't read my watch. I'm waiting. 71:45. I don't know if you can see. Anyway. Okay, guys. I think we did good. I think we have some improvements to make, but other than that, it tastes great. I love the stuff we put in it. I think I would just, like I said, spray the liner. Okay. I think the only thing left to say is have a good day. Go do great things. Be your best self. And please live your best blessed life. Thanks for watching. Bye.